Have you ever wondered why we so often misunderstand one another, even when we're all searching for the same peace, the same love, the same truth? Our words may differ, our beliefs may clash, yet somewhere beneath it all, every heart is reaching for the same light. Welcome, beloved soul, to Session 12 of Self-Discovery through Rumi's teachings. You are listening to Rumi Awakens, a space for stillness, reflection, and the awakening of the heart. In this session, we'll journey beyond the language of the mind and listen to a deeper voice, the voice that unites instead of divides, the voice that Rumi called the language of love. So take a deep breath, let the noise of the world settle, and together, let's step into that quiet space where understanding is born from silence. Rumi once told a story simple on the surface, but vast as the sky within. One day, 4 travelers wandered into a town, hungry and tired. A kind passerby saw their state and gave them a single silver coin, 1 dirham, to buy food. The first man was Persian. He said, "Let's buy angur." The second was Arab. "No, let's buy inab." The third, a Greek, said, "Let's get stafil." And the fourth, a Turk, cried, "No, I want uzum." They began to argue, shouting and accusing one another, each convinced the others were fools. None of them realized they were all asking for the same thing. Each word meant grapes. As they fought, a wise man, a mystic, happened to pass by. He spoke all 4 languages. Seeing their struggle, he smiled gently and said, "Be silent. Give me your coin. Let me be the tongue within you." He took the coin, went to the market, and returned with a basket of grapes. And when they saw it, their hearts overflowed with joy, for each had finally received what he desired. Rumi tells us, this mystic is a symbol of the divine. The story is not about grapes. It is about communication between souls. When the human mind tries to speak, it divides. But when the heart speaks, it unites. Each traveler in Rumi's story represents a different false self. Each speaks a private language, shaped by fear, memory, and identity. When the mental self, what Rumi calls the false self, speaks, it can only speak from what it's attached to. That's why husband and wife argue, why nations war, why religions fracture. Because the I in each person, this me, made of past and opinion, cannot understand another's me. The mind speaks in separation, not in truth. Rumi whispers across the centuries, when you speak from ego, you speak in tongues of division. But when you fall silent, I, the divine, speak through you. There is another language, one that does not need words. It is the language of vibration, of presence, of love. It is the speech of the soul that listens more than it talks. Even now, you know this language. It's what you feel when you sit by the sea and understand everything without a word. It's what passes between 2 beings who simply see each other, heart to heart. It's what flows through silence, through music, through the gaze of a child. When the mystic in Rumi's tale says, "Be silent, let me speak through you," he means, let the false self fall quiet. Let the heart become a clear sky where love can echo. Rumi's story is timeless because our modern world is still caught in the same argument. We argue over religions, over truths, over opinions and ideologies. And each of us believes we hold the meaning of the word grapes. We speak different languages, one made of fear, one made of desire, one made of intellect, and one made of pain. And yet, beneath it all, we long for the same sweetness, peace, connection, love. We are still travelers, fighting over words, forgetting the essence. The mind wants to translate love into logic, to define it, measure it, prove it. But love has never been a concept. It's a vibration, a fragrance. When you try to hold it, it slips through your fingers like light. This is why silence is sacred. When you no longer need to explain your truth, the truth itself begins to live through you. Most people mistake silence for absence. But Rumi reminds us, silence is not empty, it is full of God. When you stop reacting, when you stop defending your opinions, you create space for the infinite to move through you. That space is what Rumi calls inner spaciousness, the open sky within. In that vastness, the divine can finally speak, not through thunder or command, but through intuition, insight, and peace. He says, "Be still and let me speak within you. Through me, the paths open. Through me, the knots untie." When you insist on speaking through the mind, you add problem upon problem. But when you fall silent, solutions arise naturally like dawn breaking overnight. Every relationship is an echo of this story. Two people try to love, but each speaks a different tongue. One of fear, one of pride, one of past wounds. They both want grapes, but they call them by different names. So they argue, not realizing they're asking for the same essence: connection, safety, understanding, love. When we silence the false self in relationships, we begin to listen beyond words. We feel the energy beneath the sentences, the vibration beneath the tone, and that is where love hides. How do we learn this sacred language? Not by study, not by reading more, but by unlearning. Every time you refuse to obey the mind's command, to argue, to prove, to defend, you take one step closer to silence. Silence is not withdrawal. It is not coldness or avoidance. It is inner stillness, the refusal to speak from the false self. As Rumi says, when the tongue falls silent, the heart begins to speak. Through practice, through daily awareness, through gentle humility, we begin to notice that the divine has been speaking through us all along. Only our noise kept us from hearing. Silence frightens us because it reveals what we've been avoiding. In stillness, the mind loses its mask. All the stories we tell about who we are begin to fade, and that can feel like death. But Rumi reminds us, die before you die, and see that there is no death. The ego believes silence is emptiness, but the mystic knows silence is fullness beyond form. When you stay with the stillness long enough, you realize it's not lonely, it's luminous. You realize you were never separate from love. You only talked too much to hear it. This story is also about the moment you stop seeking truth outside. For lifetimes, you've walked through markets of ideas, philosophies, religions, and self-help, each promising to sell you grapes of meaning. But none can satisfy. Because what you seek is not outside you, it is your very essence. The mystic who knows all languages lives within your own heart. He's been waiting for you to hand over the coin, your will, your control, so that he may bring you the grapes of peace. When you finally say, "I am tired of my own voice," then, for the first time, you hear his. The world is still full of travelers arguing over the names of grapes. Science, politics, religion, even love, each one insists. My way, my word, my truth. Yet the essence is one. If we could only see through the eyes of the mystic, we would realize there is no real disagreement. There are only mirrors, each reflecting the same light from a different angle. Rumi invites us to return to the one language that unites all, the language of the heart. He says, your task is not to seek love, but merely to remove the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Try this now. Sit quietly. Let your body relax, your breath soften. Notice the urge to think, to comment, to fix and let it pass. Then whisper inwardly, "Beloved, speak through me." Feel what happens. The mind slows. A deeper intelligence awakens, soft, wordless, vast. This is what Rumi meant when he said, "Through silence, you learn the language of God." Rumi's story of the four men is not about misunderstanding words. It's about forgetting who we are. We are not the voices that argue. We are the presence that listens beneath them. When the false self grows silent, the real self, the divine, begins to move, to love, to speak. And then every language becomes one, every heart becomes home, every sound becomes the echo of God. So, beloved listener, next time you find yourself in conflict, pause. Don't defend, don't argue, don't insist. Hand the coin to the beloved within, and let love the true interpreter speak through you. May your words turn into silence, and your silence become the voice of love.